the same.
Oh my God, these people don't know how to write like.
Everyone's a doctor.
And we are live here at the 15th annual Sin City Classic presented by Lexus. This is the D1 Division Championship game between the Columbus Fugitives and the LA Shade. This is the grudge match, the rematch of the game we had earlier today that put the LA Shade in the losers bracket. They have just successfully defeated the Boy Butterballers out of DC. And now it's a winner-take-all. Well, almost a winner-take-all. We'll talk about that later. But this is the D1 Division Championship. We are Cloud Sports Network, and he, my play-by-play partner, is the venerable two-time Hall of Famer for Softball Austin and the Naga Softball Hall of Famer, Siegel.
We're set up for a really good walking here for the first end of the well, I can't say that. That would be a really bad thing for me to say. But anyhow, the way this is set up, if Columbus wins, they win.
And if LA wins, they
Force an
if game.
We'll talk about the if game and all of that stuff here in a little bit. Rich is going to write out the lineup because we just got it for LA Shade. So as he does that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our umpires today. We have Jim Davis behind home plate, and then the base umpire is Charles Urich. They are both from Dallas, and we take a moment to think of the memory of Carla Cash, another umpire from the Dallas area, passed away this weekend quite suddenly and heartbreakingly. We miss you, Carla. Carla has come to many Sin City tournaments, and we've seen her at tournaments throughout the country, as she's a big part of the umpire family. Carla, you are missed, and Jim and Charles are kind of dedicating their work here today to your memory. Watching from the big umpire waiting room in the sky.
So Angel Moreno will lead off for the LA Shade. He'll be followed by Josh Smith, Brandon Watson, Rudy Huerta, James Massanai. He told me how to pronounce it. I knew I'd mess it up. I don't mean to do that. Pedro Nila, here's the first pitch. It's outside for a ball. Shane Hoffman, Alex Perez, Tony Castroete, Jonathan Ramos, Greg Kessler, and Nick Rafis. So it's 2 balls and a strike. And the next one. Here's a swing and a fly ball hit out into right field for a base hit.
Well, one way to keep him to a single is to walk him.
That'll bring up Josh Smith, the catcher. And the first pitch to him is a strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitcher delivers, swing, and a very high fly ball hit out into right field. And the catch is made. Moreno will tag and go to second. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the first.
That'll bring up the diminutive Brandon Watson. Runner in scoring position. Brandon's going to try to bring him across. Anything to the outfield with his speed will do it. Doesn't matter what side it's on.
And the first pitch to Watson is hit in the air to left center field. Catch is made by, looks like Manny Garcia. And that's the second out here. With Moreno holding at second base, and here's Rudy Huerta, the second baseman. And the pitch is hit in the air to shallow right field. Right fielder coming on, the ball drops in front of him for a base hit, and Angel Moreno will come around to score. Throw goes into second base, and the Shade take the early 1-0 lead.
Angel Moreno jogs around the bases faster than I can sprint. Good speed out there, and that's exactly what you want in the leadoff batter. Aggressive.
That'll bring up James Massanai, and he hits a ground ball third base off the third baseman and into left field for a base hit.
LA Shade picking up where they left off in the bottom of that last inning against the top half rather of the last inning against the Boy Butterballers. They put up an 8 spot, or no, a 10 spot, I think.
Pedro Nila will be the batter.
Pedro has an interesting batting stance. He chokes up on the bat when he's going to go to the right side, and that's choked up on the bat here too. So watch that.
He swings and lines one foul down the right field line. Ball and 2 strikes.
Just a little bit too outside for him to keep that fair.
Shane Coe, by the way, is the pitcher for Columbus, and Mike Heinel is the catcher.
Now, if form follows function, you'll look for Pedro to poke that ball back up the middle. That's usually where he will try to go after he has 2 strikes. We'll see if he tries to do that again here, or if he goes fishing down the right field side again. With a runner at second base, and he wants to bring that runner in, he might just go with wherever the pitch is. Looks like he's thinking middle here.
And the pitch to him is swung on and hit up the middle. Good call, Roman. It's into center field for a base hit. Rudy Huerta will score, and they try to get the runner coming into second base, but he is safe. Rudy Huerta scores again, and it is 2-0 for the Shade. Shane Hoffman, the Los Angeles pitcher, will be the next batter. And the first pitch to him. He swings and grounds one down the line, right over the first baseman's glove and into right field for a hit. And it'll be first and third as Moreno comes to score. He running for Masaniai. And the score is now 3-0. Nila held second, and the batter is Alex Perez. First pitch to him. Ball. Not enough by Jim Davis, so we get a clear indication of the pitch. And here's the next one, and it's a strike call, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch sails outside. Ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a ground ball in the hole, fielded by the shortstop. He'll go on to second, and the inning is over. However, the Shade take the early lead. They score 3 runs in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It's LA 3 and the Columbus Fugitives coming to bat on the Cloud Sports Network.
Now that we have a break in the action, I want to tell you about my friend Bridget at Angel Babies Surrogacy and Egg Donation. They're an international agency that's proudly helped queer folks build their families all over the world for 20 years, working almost exclusively with LGBTQ intended parents. Listen, if you're gay and ready to add to your family, then you're going to need an egg donor and a surrogate. Bridget and her team at Angel Babies have high quality, affordable, reliable egg donors and surrogates ready to help you now. And believe me, you want Bridget on your team. She's amazing. Her success rates are outstanding. Wherever you are in the United States, whether you're in Los Angeles or Columbus, it doesn't matter. She won't quit until you've achieved your dream. To get Bridget on your team, head over to absurro.com. That's absurro.com, and get in touch with my friend Bridget today. Why not work with a company that wants to work with you and help you achieve your dream of building a family?
Stan Berg to lead off for Columbus in the home half of the first inning. The pitcher for the LA Shade is Shane Hoffman. His battery mate, the catcher, is Josh Smith. Greg Kessler at third, Angel Moreno at short, Rudy Huerta at second. Brandon Watson at first. First pitch is hit in the air to left center field. It drops in for a hit. The leadoff batter is on. Mike Heinel, the catcher, will bat next. Jonathan Ramos in left, Tony Castroete in left center. In right center is James Masaniai. And the right fielder is Pedro Nila. There's a ground ball hit to third. 1 out at second. Relay to first is not in time, as Heinel beats the throw, but they get the lead runner. Berg out at second base. The put out 5-4. And that's Kessler to Huerta, and Heinel safe at first base. That brings up Nick Leidiger, who hits one to the infield and on the play. Force out made at second base. Another put out there. So another fielder's choice. And Leidinger replaces Heinel at first base. Will bring up Josh Teeters. First baseman waits for the first pitch, and he takes a pitch that is way out in front of the plate for a ball. Ball two. 2 balls and a strike. The next delivery is hit in the air to left center field, and the ball is caught by Tony Castruete, and that ends the inning. 1 hit and 1 left, and we go to the top of the second, and the score is still the LA Shade 3 and the Columbus Fugitives nothing here on the Cloud Sports Network.
As we go into the break, I want to tell you about another good friend of mine, Dr. Samuel Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility. Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is where queer folks go when they're ready to talk to a doctor. Look, when you're part of the queer community and you're ready to build your family, finding a doctor who will listen can be tough. Well, I promise you, you have a friend at Gen 5 Fertility. You see, I know Dr. Wood, and I've worked with him for 10 years. I promise you, he doesn't just welcome queer parents, he celebrates them. Several of my friends have built their families with his help. So whether you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans, wherever you fit in our fabulous rainbow, I promise you, Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is the place to go when it's time to build your family. Visit them today at gen5fertility.com. Click on the Family Pride tab to learn more. That's gen5fertility.com. Tell them Roman sent you.
Tony Castruete will lead off for the Shade here on the top of the second. His team leads 3-0, and he hits a pop-up into foul territory and a one-handed grab by Nick Leidinger, the third baseman, and that is the first out. Jonathan Ramos, the left fielder, will bat next. And the first pitch to him. Swing and a slow roller in the infield, fielded by the pitcher. He tosses to first for the out.
That's Charles Urich over there on the bases with the call there, that umpire from Dallas. He and Jim Davis, the Dallas crew here.
Shane Coe makes the good play off the pitcher's mound, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Greg Kessler. He goes after the first pitch and grounds one off the first baseman's glove. There'll be no play. There'll be a base hit. Josh Teeters made a good effort on that ball, but it just was a little bit too far to his right for him to make the play. But he would have had no play anyway. The pitcher and the second baseman didn't have enough time to get over. So it's a 2-out base runner, or 2-out single for Kessler. And this is the last batter in the batting order, and that's Nick Rafis. And he swings and goes up the middle into center field, and that's a base hit.
Rick Nafis is as good a singles hitter as you can get. He's got an occasional pop too, but his really bread and butter is that sort of Punch and Judy style. He can go line to line up the middle. He knows he's a smart hitter, so he can hit behind the runner when he needs to. And he's a pretty good base runner. Got a little banged up yesterday, but back at it today.
Here's the top of the order, an Angel Moreno, who singled and scored in the first inning, and he swings and he misses. He's a little embarrassed. He asked the blue Jim Davis if it was an illegal bat. Just kidding, of course. Count is a ball and 2 strikes, and the next one Moreno swings and he hits one foul, and the batter is out on the non-courtesy foul, and that ends the inning. 2 hits, 2 left, 3-0 after an inning and a half. LA Shade leading the Columbus Fugitives on the Cloud Sports Network.
We have been incredibly fortunate to have a couple of sponsors join the Cloud Sports Network family for this tournament. In addition to Lexus and Tito's, who are tournament sponsors, we have been able to share the good news of Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation and Gen 5 Fertility as they have joined up. Their entire mission is to help people build their families, and not a lot of places are willing or happy to work with gay couples as they are, or gay intended parents as they are trying to build their families. And it's one of the reasons we're so excited about having Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation and Gen 5 Fertility on board with us, so that we can share that if that's your intention, if that's your plan, then these companies want to work with you. They've been doing it for years and years. So we're really grateful that they have come and joined us.
Ben Sterling leads off and takes a strike. And the next one to him. Swung on and fouled back, and he's out. Again, no courtesy foul. You start with a 1-1 count. And so that is the first out, and we'll bring up Brad Camphouse.
What happened was the sun was setting. It was like so beautiful.
And the first pitch to Brad is a strike called on the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. The next one inside. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 offering. And the pitch illegal, ball 3. The sun goes behind the trees, and so it's gotten a little cooler here. We had some nice warmth here when the sun was...
We did.
Yes, we did. And there's a pitch, ball 4, and he walks.
That was a fantastic at-bat. Fantastic at-bat. Gets ahead with the first strike, and then fishes, does the pitcher, trying to get him to swing at his pitch, and then ultimately when it comes time to pitch to him, the pitcher just missed with selection or location, hitting that plate.
Quentin Hanna, the batter. He takes a strike. Stared at the plate a little bit after that call. Ball and 2 strikes. Pitch illegal. 2-2.
Did not pass the 6-foot threshold as needed.
The 2-2 pitch is hit on the ground to the second baseman. He plays the bad hop, and the throw to first is in time.
Nifty piece of glove work by the second baseman over to the Brandon Watson, the target over there at first base.
On the play, Camphouse goes to second, and that'll bring up Manny Garcia. And the first pitch to Manny is illegal high for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. And the next one. Swung on and bounced to third. Plays the good hop. A one hopper to first base is in time.
Great dig out of the dirt by Brandon Watson. Fantastic glove work there. Good stop by the third baseman, and the throw was a one hopper in the dirt. Brandon Watson with the nifty glove work was able to save that. Well done.
Columbus does not score in the bottom of the second. They leave a batter, and after 2, it's the LA Shade 3 and the Columbus Fugitives nothing here on the Cloud Sports Network.
So who are you rooting for, Facebook? It looks like we've got a partisan crowd here, a 50-50 group split down the middle. Shade has some fans out there, and so does Fugitives. Who are you rooting for? Let us know. Quite a few of you are watching right now, so we want to know.
Here in the top half of the third, the shortstop had the leadoff batter. Josh Smith played perfectly. Shortstop was playing. He was playing on the second base side of second base and was easily able to make that play. And so the leadoff batter, Josh Smith, is out 6-3 on that putout. And that'll bring up Brandon Watson. He really did.
He really had. As Shangela would say, that batter wasn't just robbed, he was burglarized.
And the first pitch to Brandon Watson. He goes after the first one, hits one deep to left field. Left fielder on his horse makes a great catch.
My goodness. Say hey, kid. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Jerry Coleman would hang a star on that baby.
Looks like a catch that Al Gianfrido made going towards the line on Joe DiMaggio in the World Series in 1947.
Oh, you caught that reference, huh?
I hope you did. Here's the first pitch outside to Rudy Huerta, who has a single and a run scored. He just kept going back, and the ball landed in his glove. He just stuck the glove out, and the ball landed in it, and that's the second out. 2 outs, nobody on. And the next pitch is swung on and bounced right back to the pitcher. Shane Coe makes the play over to Josh Teeters, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. That hasn't happened too many times today. It is still 3-0. The LA Shade over the Columbus Fugitives after 2.5 innings here on the Cloud Sports Network.
This is a good time to pause and reflect on the passing of a good friend of ours, Ken Scarce, as we are broadcasting from the Ken Scarce Memorial Studios here at the Sin City Classic. Ken was a good friend to both Rich and myself, and, well, just about anybody who's ever done anything in softball.
Ken Scarce was a tremendous guy. We have missed his presence here this weekend, and we will continue to miss his presence for many years. He was always one of the guys that you'd look forward to seeing at any of the NAGA winter or summer meetings or at any of these tournaments. Always a great conversation with Ken, no matter what the subject was.
Uh-oh. That ball's going to get all the way to the fence as it gets through the right center fielder.
And this is Tyson George coming all the way around third, and they're going to score him.
An inside the park home run for Tyson George as that ball scooted underneath the glove of the right center fielder, and now
it's 3-1.
Yeah, the Columbus Fugitives have broken the seal as they have put a number on the scoreboard. Will that number be crooked is the question now.
Shane Coe, the pitcher, will be the batter. He's the last batter in their order. He takes a strike. The 1-2, swinging a foul ball to the left side, and he is out.
Just a bit out in front of that one. He picked the right pitch to pull. He just jumped on it a little bit early.
Stan Berg, the top of the order. He singled his first at bat. And the pitch is hit on the ground to second base. Rudy Huerta over to first. And the inning is over. 2 out. Here is Mike Heinel, the catcher.
I have been doing that all weekend long. Adding outs.
First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is grounded to Moreno at shortstop off his glove and into the outfield. And so Heinel will reach the ball, getting it far enough away for Heinel to go into second base, and he's in safely.
Trying to make something happen, stealing that extra bag on the rare miscue by the shortstop. Haven't seen that much today.
Nick Leidinger, the batter, with 2 outs and 1 run in. And the first pitch to Leidinger is a ball, a little bit short. 2 balls and a strike. And pitch outside. There's the strike. And the 3-2 pitch is fouled off, and he's out. That's the 3rd out of the inning. A run does score, though, on the in-the-park home run by Tyson George, and after 3, it's the LA Shade 3 and the Columbus Fugitives 1 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Coming up Easter weekend, April 15th through the 17th in Richmond, Virginia, NAGA presents the NAGA Cup, an invitational tournament for the best of the best in A and B Division tournament play. Check them out on Facebook at 2022 NAGA Cup. Then later in the year, y'all come to Dallas for the Gay Softball World Series, you hear? It's August 29th through September 3rd, and more than 200 teams are expected from all across the U.S. and Canada. Visit nagasoftball.org for more details, and check out the host city's Facebook page at 2022 Dallas Gay Softball World Series. You know, Rich, I bought myself a commemorative Dallas GSWS 2022 jersey that was available as a fundraising item.
And I know Ryan Holthusen appreciated you doing that, and he even appreciated it more when you posted the picture. He has some left, though, but size-wise, you either have to be a small, a medium, or a double or triple XL.
I got the 2X, so I got the last one.
Oh, okay.
Wore that on Christmas Day, I did.
James Masaniai will lead off here in the top of the fourth, and he goes after the first pitch, and it's a grounder to third over to first for the out. Pedro Nila will be the batter. Lights have been turned on. They've been on for a while. We get into nightfall. Here's a pop-up on the infield. Mike Heinel makes the catch, and that's out number 2. Quickly, 2 pitches and 2 outs.
We're still waiting for the heater to be turned on, however.
That would be ideal. Shane Hoffman, the pitcher, the batter. He singled in the first inning. And the first pitch, he swings and hits one out into left field. And Stan Berg makes the catch, and for the second straight inning, the Shade go 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is still the LA Shade 3 and the Columbus Fugitives 1 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
This year, the Asana Softball World Series will take place August 16th to 20th in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Join as an estimated 100 other teams comprised of cisgender women, trans men, non-binary, and agender athletes come together to compete in multiple divisions for the title of World Champion. Visit asanaseries.org for more information. Like them on Facebook, too, at Asana Softball World Series. And we're very proud to say that Cloud Sports Network will be at both the Asana Softball World Series and the Naga Softball World Series, Gay Softball World Series. Very excited about that.
As I am, too. And here is Josh Teeters to lead things off here, and he goes after the first pitch and grounds it up the middle. His team needs a couple of runs. They trail 3-1, but he starts this inning with a base hit to center field.
And steals second as they
goes on to second base. Go ahead.
Yeah, as they were bringing the ball back in. I don't think they were thinking that he was going to do that. And I think he had 2 bases on his mind from the minute he left the batter's box.
Making something happen to rally his team. He will be given a courtesy runner as Nick Leidiger will come in to run for him, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Ben Sterling. He hits a fly ball out into center field. Tony Castorente gives chase to the ball, and he makes a nice catch. It's the second time we've seen him do this today, the first time in this game, and the batter is out. He gave it a ride, but a great outfield play by Castorente robs him of at least a double and a run, so it's 1 out and 1 on.
The pinch runner that was inserted kind of took a few steps away from the bag, thinking that ball was going to be ticketed for the outfield. Instead, he had to come back to the bag, which prevented him from being able to tag up. And I'm not sure why he did that, because if the ball had hit the ground out there, he was going to score easily anyway.
Here's Brad Camphouse. He takes the strike. The count is 2-2. This the first pitch was a ball. Next pitch is inside.
Almost 3 there.
The count is full. Runner at second base is Leidinger running for Teeters. The 3-2 pitch is hit to the second baseman. Nice play by Huerta.
Wow.
And on the play, Teeters, or rather Leidinger running for Teeters, moves over to third where he is with 2 outs. 2 very nice plays. One by the left fielder Castorete, and then this one by Huerta.
That was a robbery right there, because that ball was ticketed for right field. That was going to score the run easily.
Both of those plays prevented run from scoring. So now the left-handed batter, Quentin Hanna, takes a ball.
And the lights are shining a light on the Shades defense.
There's a fly ball hit into right center field, and that ball gets in for a base hit. That'll score the run. Hanna on his way to second will pull up easily with a double. 3-2 our score.
And the tying run now is just 140 feet away at second base in scoring position.
Manny Garcia will attempt to tie this game. Hanna runs very well at second base. The first pitch to Garcia. Swung on and a ground ball to shortstop fielded by Moreno. He looked to third. He was going to try to get the runner at third, but the third baseman was not on the bag, and so it's a fielder's choice. No out.
I think he was expecting, the third baseman was expecting that Moreno was going to throw to first, even pointed to first, because the third baseman never went to the bag.
I think that would normally be where the play would go anyway, but nevertheless, Hanna's safe at third, Garcia at first, and the batter will be Tyson George.
And that is the extra out, the kind that you really want to limit against the Columbus Fugitives.
And in his first at bat, Tyson George hit an in-the-park home run. He takes the first pitch for a ball.
He started the scoring for the Fugitives.
And the next one, swung on and hit out into center field. Castorete will not get that one. The game is tied as Hanna scores, and on his way to third is Garcia. It's 3-3.
And we still don't have any outs, is that correct? 2 outs, 2 outs, 2 outs. So the opposite of no outs.
Garcia now at third, George at first, Shane Coe the batter. And he hits a slow roller foul.
He was way out in front of that. The pitch would have been a strike, but he was way out in front of it.
And the next one, inside, 2-2. Shane Coe tries to help himself. He is the pitcher for Columbus, and he tries to help himself here in the home half of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive into left field for a base hit. Garcia scores. The ball comes back into the infield cleanly. And runners at first and second, and for the first time in this game, Columbus has the lead. It's 4-3. Top of the order, Stan Berg singled and grounded to second. Strike called on the inside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch is a ball, a little bit high, I guess, 2-2. 2-2 delivery. Swung on, and there is a pop-up on the infield. Rudy Huerta actually giving chase closer to the outfield. And the catch, the ball is dropped, the ball is in play. George scores, and so does Coe. And Stan Berg winds up at third base.
There was a little bit of a collision out there in the outfield as the infielders and the outfielders collided. The ball landed in fair territory, and then because of the collision sort of bounced into foul territory, and that caused everybody to be able to move up a whole bunch of spaces.
Mike Heinel, the batter, and he hits one high and deep into left field. Going back on the play and dropping the ball.
A very tough play for that left fielder to make. He had to backpedal a long ways to get that ball.
That's Jonathan Ramos. Scoring on the play is Stan Berg. And 6 in the inning. And they've batted around as Nick Leidinger will bat. And Nick Leidinger waits. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul to the left side. Ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a bounce foul, and he is out.
That's a lot of damage with 2 outs, Rich.
Indeed it is. We've got 5 runs that have scored in this inning, and after 4, the Columbus Fugitives lead the LA Shades 6-3 here on the Cloud Sports Network. Seven 3. They scored 6 that inning, not 5. 6, I apologize.
They're going to bring over a discussion about how many runs were scored as both of the books are going to come together here.
I have 6.
So everybody agrees it was 6 runs. As long as we agree with Rich, we're in good shape. Just again, reminder, while the Shade is currently trailing, that can change in a minute. Should they go on to win this game, that will force what is called an if game, if necessary, because this is a double elimination tournament here. That means that Columbus has a right to lose twice, so this is not a winner-take-all championship game. That would be the if game, if LA comes back and wins this ball game.
Shane Coe has retired 7 in a row. The leadoff batter is Alex Perez, and he takes a strike. He waits. Here's the pitch. A ball, a little bit low, 2-2. Here's the next one, and that pitch is inside, ball 3, full count.
Takes a breath.
There's a fly ball hit deep to left field. Stanberg on his horse. The ball is off the fence and rolls a little bit past Berg. Runner at second is headed to the up. He's going to hold up. As a good throw comes in, it's backed up. Backed up nicely by the pitchers. The ball got past the third baseman, but Shane Coe backed it up, allowing or not allowing Perez to advance to third base. So he will be at second base with nobody out.
That ball hit the base of the fence on the fly and then bounced back in. That's the longest double you'll see.
Tony Castroete, the batter now, he has fouled out to the third baseman in his previous plate appearance, and he hits one in the air to center field. Right center fielder giving chase off his glove. Perez had to hold up to make sure the ball would not be caught. He will score easily, and Castroete in at second base. So 2 very well hit balls to the outfield in this inning, and a run has scored. It's now 7-4 for the Fugitives over the Shade, and that'll bring up Jonathan Ramos. And the first pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul, getting chase the catcher. It hits the fence, though, so it's out of play. Mike Heinl quickly out of the catcher's position, the crouch, to try to get that ball, but it was hit too high off the fence, so it's strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes. And here's the next one. Ramos swings and hits a fly ball out into left center field. Castroete giving chase, makes the one-handed catch. Or rather, that's Garcia. And on the play, Castroete motors on over to third base, where he is with 1 out. The left center fielder made the catch. The other left center fielder moved to third, and here is Greg Kessler, the third baseman. 7-4 our score here in the top of the 5th inning. And the first pitch is a ball. The next one is a ball. These pitches have been inside, 3 balls and a strike.
Rich, this is a 60-minute game. I mentioned
and that is a walk.
I mentioned that because the previous games that we've had have all been 50 minutes, 5-0, the championship game, and an if game, if necessary, will both be 60-minute games.
Here's Nick Rafis. He singled in his first at bat. First and third, 1 out. First pitch is a strike call. Nick Rafis looks at Jim Davis. He thought that pitch was a little too high. Here's the next one. Swinging a grounder to third. On to second for 1. Over to first. Throw is wide, gets away from the first baseman, Josh Teeters. On the play, Castroete scores. The force out made at second base, 5-4. And so that'll take us back to the top of the order, and Angel Moreno, who has singled and scored, and he struck out, a foul out.
The 60-something-year-old still can motor down the line. Does Rick Nafis. He's a speedy guy.
First pitch is a ball. You know how old he is, huh?
I do.
Here is a pop foul to the right side. 2-2.
I've had the pleasure of serving on the board of the America's Finest City Softball League with Rick Nafis for a couple of years now, and I just stepped down from my post as assistant commissioner a couple of months ago. Did not run for re-election, and my term was up.
And here is another foul at the plate, and the inning is over. That's the second time that Moreno has done that. 2-run score in the inning. The Shade cut into the lead just a bit, and after 4.5, our new score is the Columbus Fugitives 7 and the LA Shade 5 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Yeah, and Rick's role on the board in San Diego is he's the ratings guy. He's the one that player and team ops, so he helps the teams get ready to start their season, helps them navigate the ratings process once the season is up and running, and helps run the review committee, the ratings reviews committee in San Diego.
He's very busy. He's very busy.
Big job. And he does it well with a good focus on customer service and accuracy. Help these coaches make sure that they've got teams and players all in the appropriate divisions.
Josh Teeters led off the 6-run fourth inning by hitting a double, and he leads off again here in the 5th inning. He takes a ball.
Rich, your friend Tony Harper is watching from Austin, Texas.
Hello, Tony. We want you back in the league, Tony. Here's a leadoff single by Josh Teeters to start the bottom of the 5th.
Here's a little known fact. I once got to play on the same team as Tony Harper at the Sin City Classic.
Which team was that?
It was a very long time ago when he was just after he had played for the Pink Ladies. He was still a C player at the time, and we got him immediately after that. Shady Ladies. Sorry, what did I say? The Pink Ladies? Thinking of Grease?
Sterling, the batter. Stan Berg is running at first base as the courtesy runner. Here is a ground ball up the middle and on into center field for a base hit. Stan Berg will hold up at second base. It's first and second with nobody out. And Brad Camphauser will bat.
I'm good friends with the then coach of the Shady Ladies. And when I mentioned that I needed a pickup player to go to Vegas, he said, "Hey, I know a guy."
Camphauser swings at the first pitch and grounds one in the hole between first and second into right field. Berg will come on and score. He ran for Teeters, and that adds to the lead, which is now 8-5 for the Fugitives. Quentin Hanna, the batter. He has grounded to second. He has doubled and scored. Takes a pitch outside for a ball.
If you enjoyed that instant replay, we have Tyler Forrester to thank for it.
And the next
Mitch
one.
Barnes.
I'm sorry, the next one is a ball. 2-2.
I was wrong, actually. Tyler's playing video games over there. It was Mitch who did the instant replay.
There's a line drive into the right field corner. That's fair to go all the way to the fence, and this will plate at least 2. Hanna coming around second on his way to third.
Looks like a third one's coming in.
And he will score on an inside the park 3-run homer.
And if you're going to hit an inside the park 3-run homer, making it 3 runs is the right way to do it. That puts the lead up now to 11.
That's 11-5, and Manny Garcia will bat for the second time. He has grounded to third and reached on the fielder's choice, and the first pitch to him is hit in the air to left field, and it falls in for a hit.
So for all of the talk about time limits and 50 minutes and 60 minutes I was doing earlier, I was remiss in that I did not include the number of innings. This is a 7-inning game.
Right.
So if we hit that mark before we hit time, then that is the end of the game. We're in the 5th now.
Tyson George goes up the middle for a single. It'll roll a little bit to the fence. It'll be a double. Here comes Garcia around third. He'll score. They have a play at third. And safe.
Slid under the tag And Charles Urick is right there with the call. He was the rabbit following that runner all the way around. And sure enough, he slid underneath that tag.
Greg Kessler thought he had the tag, but apparently he did not, so it's a triple. Another run, that's 5 in the inning. It's 12-5.
Slid underneath it.
Shane Coe, the batter. Foul strikeout and a base hit. An illegal pitch is ball 2. And the next delivery. He swings and hits one into left field, and that will fall for a hit. Tyson George scores. Ramos gets the ball in, but Shane Coe reaches on a single. 6 runs in the inning. It's now 13-5.
And that will put the game-winning run at the plate.
So we still will have a run rule.
15 at
Okay, 20 after
20
3.
after 3, 15 after 4, and 10 after 5.
And Stan Berg goes up the middle for another single. On his horse, on his way to third base is Shane Coe, where he is with still nobody out in this inning.
Turn this.
And the first pitch to Mike Heinel is a ball.
This is the D1 division.
Swing and a ground ball underneath the shortstop's glove and into left field for a hit. Shane Coe scores. On the play, Stan Berg moves up to second.
And that puts the winning run now 140 feet away. Second base, standing out there, is the winning run.
And for the second inning in a row, they have batted around. The batter is Nick Leidinger. First pitch to Nick. He swings and drives one into left center field for a base hit. Stan Berg will hold at third and Heinel at second. And for the second time this inning, Josh Teeters, who led it off with a single, will bat.
A sac fly. Could call it.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Moreno has it. He goes to second for one. On to first. Safe. A run scores as Stan Berg crosses the plate.
And that should be the ball game. They're going to start counting up some runs here in a minute, and they're going to find out that we've got a 10-run deficit here, and we're in the 5th inning. That should be the ball game. They're going to go and check the scores to make sure.
They're just checking it
that
before
our
we
math
say
is
anything
correct.
else. We just want to make sure that we get it right.
And that's what they're kind of coming around. So it looks like your D1 division team that is going to win this tournament will be the the Columbus Fugitives. And the second place trophy will go to the LA Shade.
It's a run rule. It's a ball game. Our final score will be the Columbus Fugitives 15 and the LA Shade 5. The LA Shade will finish second in D1, and your champions in D1 here at the 15th annual Sin City Softball Classic will be the Columbus Fugitives.
Our umpires for this game were Jim Davis from Dallas and Charles Urick from Dallas. And a shout out to the memory of their Dallas umpire compatriot and a member of the USA umpire softball family, Carla Cash. Carla and Ken, we miss you terribly. We're thinking about you all this weekend. We're going to leave the cameras on to watch this trophy presentation. Rich and I will sign off, however. It's been a pleasure to bring this tournament to you. We started with Masters on Friday, C Division on Saturday, and now the D Division wrap-up with your Columbus Fugitives and your LA Shade.
It has been a real joy to be with you on this tournament, to be with Tyler and with Mitch and with Jordan and with Charles. It's just been a real thrill. It's always been my dream to do something like this, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to do so. So thank you for letting me be a part of the team, and we'll look forward to seeing you, at least for me, I'll look forward to seeing you at the Dallas World Series in a few months. Well, more than a few months, but it can't get here soon enough for me.
if not before, as we
Well, let's hope.
appreciate everyone's support out there. If you want to learn more about Cloud Sports Network and where we're going to be, make sure you like us on Facebook, Cloud Sports Network. We also have a website. You can go there too. And I'm going to take a moment of prerogative and give a shout out to my team here at Cloud Sports and to all of our partners, whether it's Naga, Asana, Sin City, and all of the folks who have put this tournament together. We are very grateful. And with that, signing off for the 2022 Sin City Classic presented by Lexus.
We're done.
Don't be a bully. Yeah. No traction. Here, we're gonna hold this. Hey, I've got it. I was in there 16 in there, team. Here, come up to the plate. Come on. Are we putting the pedals on? Yeah, put your medals on. Oh, I didn't get one. Mine fell apart. We were really to tell you something.
Hey, act like you like each other.
Oh, no.
Act like you like each other.
Thank you guys.
Great job, LA. The camera's right here if you want to wave to your fans online. They're watching right now. Just...
One side.
Oh, sure thing.
Thanks, announcers. That's cool. That was awesome.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
That was really good. Thank you.
Desert.
We just picked it up as a. The thing is, guys stay away from people, so I can't let you. That's why they do it. I just do it here.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise, I have to get insurance.
My dogs would chase.
Yeah. Dude, you have.
Hey, now that
a bunch of.
change here. Wardrobe.
You sure?
No, yeah, no. I was just gonna, in case you guys want to do it on social media.
Yes, that's awesome. I'm going to use these to read the first one. That was so fucking easy, too.
Send me the Vegas one. I did a Vegas shot.
Okay, guys.
I will.
Our champion.
Tyler, Daryl, thank you so very much.
Thank you for inviting us.
I know you had other opportunities to do things this week. I really appreciate you.
Well, I didn't actually. I didn't get invited to anybody, so.
Then I'm glad you're unpopular and a horrible person.
Exactly. I'm glad I made enemies. Everyone hates me.
We do not.
Columbus, say hi to your fans. Yeah, it's live right now.
Hey! Thank you guys! Go Vegas, you guys rock!
Great play.
Can y'all warm it up next year?
I just told you guys have some photos if you want to post something like thank you Vegas.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.